In the desolate wastes of the Acheron Desert, where the sun's relentless glare bleached the landscape into a monochromatic nightmare, there lay a forbidden site shrouded in ancient mystery and foreboding tales. It was known as the Valley of the Obsidian Sentinels, a place where colossal, black stone monoliths stood in silent vigil, their surfaces etched with inscrutable symbols and grotesque faces. Few dared to approach the valley, for it was said that those who ventured too close never returned. The legend spoke of an ancient curse of beings imprisoned within the stone pillars, awaiting the day they would be unleashed upon the world once more. But for Dr. Alaric Thorn, an archaeologist obsessed with uncovering the lost secrets of the past, these warnings only fueled his determination. Driven by his relentless curiosity, Dr. Thorn assembled a team of intrepid explorers, each skilled in their respective fields. Anna, a linguist with a gift for deciphering ancient scripts, Marcus, a seasoned geologist, and Evelyn, a historian with an encyclopedic knowledge of forgotten civilizations. Together, they set out on an expedition that would take them deep into the heart of the Acheron Desert, to the enigmatic Valley of the Obsidian Sentinels. As they approached the valley, the atmosphere grew heavy with an unspoken dread. The sun, usually a blazing inferno, seemed to dim, casting long, ominous shadows over the land. The air was thick with a palpable sense of foreboding, and the only sound was the whispering wind, which seemed to carry faint, eerie murmurs. The first sight of the monoliths was awe-inspiring and terrifying in equal measure. Towering above them, each pillar was intricately carved, depicting anguished faces and twisted forms, as if the very stone had captured the essence of torment. At the center of the arrangement stood a massive, featureless obelisk, its smooth surface absorbing the light and giving off an unsettling darkness. Dr. Thorn and his team set up camp at the valley's edge, preparing to document their findings. As night fell, the valley transformed into a realm of shadows, the monoliths appearing even more menacing under the pale moonlight. Undeterred, the team began their work, meticulously examining the carvings and symbols. Anna was the first to notice something strange. The symbols on the monolith seemed to shift and change when viewed from different angles, creating an illusion of movement. As she transcribed the markings, a chilling realization dawned on her. The symbols were not mere decorations. Meanwhile, Marcus discovered that the monoliths were not composed of any known earthly material. The obsidian-like substance was impervious to their tools, and its origins were a mystery. Evelyn, on the other hand, unearthed references to the valley in long-forgotten texts, each one describing a cataclysmic event that led to the imprisonment of the Sentinels. As the team pieced together the puzzle, an ominous sense of urgency grew. The spell binding the Sentinels was weakening, and the valley itself seemed to pulse with a dark energy. One night, as the team gathered around their campfire, the ground beneath them trembled, and a low, resonant hum filled the air. The featureless obelisk at the center of the valley began to glow with a malevolent light, casting eerie shadows that danced around the monoliths. From the depths of the obelisk, a figure emerged, a tall, skeletal being draped in tattered robes, its hollow eyes burning with an ancient fury. It was the Sentinel, the first of the imprisoned entities to break free. Panic ensued as the team scrambled to comprehend what was happening. The Sentinel's presence seemed to awaken the other monoliths, and one by one, the grotesque faces etched into the stone began to move and twist, as if struggling to break free from their stony prisons. Dr. Thorn, driven by a desperate need to undo what they had unwittingly unleashed, turned to Anna's notes on the binding spell. The key to re-imprisoning the Sentinels lay in completing the ancient ritual, but time was running out. As the Sentinel advanced, its skeletal form radiating an aura of death, the team fought to recite the incantation, their voices trembling with fear. The valley erupted into chaos as the remaining Sentinels began to break free, their otherworldly forms towering over the landscape. Each one radiated a different aspect of terror, despair, rage, and madness. The air crackled with dark energy, and the earth itself seemed to recoil from their presence. In a final, desperate bid, Dr. Thorn and his team completed the incantation, the ancient words resonating through the valley. The air shimmered, and a blinding light enveloped the monoliths. The Sentinels writhed in agony, their forms distorting as they were pulled back into their stony prisons. When the light faded, the valley was silent once more. The monoliths stood as they had before, their surfaces etched with the same grotesque faces, but the malevolent presence was gone. Exhausted and shaken, Dr. Thorn and his team knew they had narrowly averted a catastrophe. They left the valley of the Obsidian Sentinels, vowing never to return. The site remained a place of forbidden mystery, its dark secrets sealed away. But the memory of that night haunted them forever, a stark reminder of the ancient horrors that lie just beyond the veil of our understanding. And deep within the monoliths, the Sentinels waited, biding their time, until the day they would be freed once more to wreak havoc upon the world.